Welcome everybody. It's May 16 and it's good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Kenya, Ghana, and all the countries in Africa that are here, and Juan Carlos, which I don't know what country he's in. So we are so excited that we have both of our platinums, even though I only advertise Gabie, who is, having such great conversations in Mentor Mondays. But so what an honor that we have our mentor and our main leader of the pack, Dave, with us. So we're going to leave him for the end while you continue inviting your team members. So the topic that Gabie and I chose for today was the second part of the follow-up topic that we started last month. So I'm going to keep my segment short so that Gabie jumps in and tells us, because we did this one in Spanish and it was really good. A lot of people, we were talking with Gabie, get confused in what are the great things about network marketing and not just the sales process. So, but what happens is sometimes we get lost in the sale and then we lose the customer anyway, or we lose the affiliate. And so they don't come back to your team. Sometimes they never come back. Sometimes they might even buy from another for life distributor and not you. And so what happened? So there's a couple of things that we need to analyze here, which is how to retain your people. Retention is key, and retention is just about follow-up. So Gabie and Bansi talked about follow-up last time, and we talked about the For Life app. So keeping track of your customers, for those of you that missed that one, making sure you're having an Excel sheet or the yellow pad that Dave had, it doesn't matter, but just keep track of everything, because as you keep track, you can do the proper follow-up. But now what happens is the retention part. So how do we keep them coming over and over? And this is what For Life does with us. They have a loyalty order. They say if you register and do it every month, you're going to get some free points, and those you can, get new products. And so they have us excited. So what do we need to do to get our own people to register, order one and twice and three times? And so that is the key. I just have 3 or 4 points. And the first one is adding value. So adding value to yourself and adding value to what you're going to give to your team. Keep informed. Know when convention is. Gabie is the queen of this. She's always telling us, this is when convention is. Did you get your tickets? So this is about involvement. You got to call your team and you got to keep them involved. So you got to know when the new product comes. When is the new, Gabie called me the day the essential oils were going to disappear. She's like, the essential oils are going to disappear. You better order now. Like, she just calls her team and she makes sure that people know what is happening. So one thing is build yourself so you can show your people that you are interested in your business, that you know your stuff, that you know what's happening, what product is coming, what product is, they're taking out, everything. So your team will know that. Now, adding value to others. So first you add value is sending the information, but there's a second type of adding value to others. And again, Gabie is so fantastic at this. And and we talked about this when Gabie and Bansi did it, which is adding value about when is the person's birthday. Don't call just to remind them about the loyalty order. You got to call and say, hey, happy birthday. I noticed that it was last month. Sorry, I missed it, but I'm checking it's okay if it's late, as long as you know when it is. So that's why keeping the customer profile was such an important piece of that other training, because now are they getting married? Are they having a baby? And all of these things are going to help you in keeping close to that contact. And when I'm calling customer, it can be a team member, an affiliate, or just somebody that buys once in a while, because what you want is the ones that buy once a year to start buying every month, and the ones that buy every month to start being part of something bigger, which is your team, and wanting to never leave For Life, and especially never leave your team. And then the third thing I'm going to talk about, and then leave it to Gabie, is your people skills. Dave talks a lot about people skills. The first one is always smile. People don't want to hang around people that are sad and gloomy and what, no, you got to show them that you're energetic, that you're in a good mood. Doesn't mean you have to be in a good mood every day. It's just that if you're doing your contacts and you're talking to your people, choose a day that's a good day. That's why Dave opened Mentor Mondays. He said, Monday's my best day. It's the start of the week. That's why these never stop. Mentor Mondays have never stopped. They're always here. I'm sure, because you have told me that Gabie and I and all the other speakers, you always end up like, that was a good one. I'm excited. And that's what Dave always wanted. Enthusiasm, remember names. If you don't remember them, I'm not very good with names. Make sure that you make notes about them. Oh, you are the person that I met this place. I don't remember names. It's okay. Just write down notes about where you met them, what they were wearing, anything that you can remember. Oh, I met you at the dog park. They would say, oh, you're the one with the black dog. Well, Dave is actually really good with names. He's known for that. But if you don't, just remember a detail. And again, remember details about Berthy and others. Just to close, remember this is a business where you are here to serve. Like Dave always says, you serve. You're not here to be served. You don't wait for them to call you. You don't wait for a customer to call you to get the order. You go and call your affiliate, your customer, the person that you have, and you say, is there anything you need? And that's where Gabie comes in, because she was saying, well, what if you don't know what they need? If you don't know if they order the product and is it finishing? And do you order products and the bottles are filling up? Like, do you know anything about what they have in their stock? You should know more about their stock than what they know about their stock. You should know exactly when they bought it, and if they're not using it and you call them, oh no, I still have the full bottle. That's not their problem. It's your problem because you haven't followed up properly. So that's it for me today. Gabie, what about you? Let's just do this one again in English. You did it so well in Spanish. Let's get those pens ready, please, for our beautiful platinum.
Thank you, Claudia. Yes, my kids are very, very guilty about taking the proper dose of our products. And actually, most of us are. Remember, our product, KBU, contains 120 capsules, okay? And the instructions for KBU are 4 capsules daily with 8 ounces of water for best results, okay? So KBU, basically, I printed some information out because this is kind of what you would send on your smartphone to a prospect or a customer that has purchased these products. So KBU is, let me see. Oh my gosh, I didn't print that one out. Well, I travel with KBU all over the world. And in more than one occasion, I have had other affiliates that we travel with come down with a kidney problem, urinary problem, or just are curious about what KBU does. But you just never know when you're going to need kidney, bladder, and urinary health. So basically what I'm saying is, if at the end of the month you still have capsules, you're not taking the proper dose of the product. So our job as affiliates to our affiliates and to our customers is to mentor them. Once we sign up a new prospect or customer, we help them basically, okay, so let's say Dave wanted some vitamins and bone health and immune health, okay? So he ordered a box of Right Start, he ordered some CalMag complex, he ordered some multiplex and some transfer factor, trifactor. So he gets his products a week later, right? He doesn't want to open them because he still doesn't know how to use these products. Now, if I don't follow up with him, he may just take maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe another 1, because who has time to read the bottles, right? Very few people do. So my job as a sponsor would be to call them up for a follow-up. Yes, call them up, just like every doctor most of the time does to follow up with their patients. Call them up and say, hey, Dave, I'm calling you up because I'm sure you received your product by now. I'm really excited for you to try these products for at least the next 90 days. So let me go over with you how to take your product and what it will do and the benefits. I'm going to send you on my phone to your phone a PDF and videos on these products and why this is important for you to take. So I will let them know. You can take one right start, but the best effective results you'll get is if you take two. So you're going to need 2 boxes. In this case, this is a woman. So let's pretend this is a man. So the best way to take this product is taking 2 a day. But if you can manage to take 1, fine. Okay, but we have to educate them basically. Educate our customers, our affiliates, that's the proper way to take a product. Okay, I want you to raise your hand, your reaction hand, if you do this. If you don't, that's fine, okay? That's why we're having this meeting. Follow up with your customers' products. Okay, so I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about bone health, okay? I was telling my friend that my son recently had dental surgery, and a year ago before that, he had 4 teeth removed. And I don't believe in root canals because they're really dangerous for our health in the long term. And so the doctor basically put stem cells in his bone to grow a new bone. And when I went to take my son in a week and a half ago, the doctor told me that the density of his jawbone when he put in the implant for the tooth was soft. And he said that my son was very malnutritioned, which means that my son's not eating properly, okay? So I immediately came home and I lectured my son about health, food, and supplements. So I started giving him multiplex, no, not multiplex. Well, yeah, I started giving him multiplex and CalMag. And I also started him on Right Start. And I just told him, you know, these implants don't take, you're not going to have any teeth. And we've spent a lot of money on your mouth. So it's up to you. I cannot make you take this. I hand them to you. You take them. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Even if I hand them to him, which tells me he really doesn't want to have teeth. Unfortunately, that's his choice, okay? Now, for our customers, it's just simple education, right? We have to take 3 of the CalMag to get basically the benefits of bone and joint, okay? Multiplex, we take 1. It's a multivitamin, mineral, and wellness. Okay, I totally believe in mineral deficiency because we believe that sometimes if we have a good diet, if we eat salads, if we eat good food, we're gonna get that through our fruit and vegetables. It's not necessarily so because we don't know what the farmer, how many times he's used his farmland to grow food. And a lot of times our farmland is depleted in minerals, vitamins, and all the essentials we need. So we do need to supplement ourselves with that. And transfer factor, definitely. How many times have you taken more than the dose, the two capsules? I sometimes find myself, if I have a health crisis, I find myself taking these products. I sometimes take 8, 4, and then 4 at night. And it does work. Obviously, we need to educate our customers and our affiliates that if you do have a health crisis, taking a little bit more transfer factor will help our immune system. Hold on, please. one of the kids decided to play tag with the dogs and they're barking. So I had to remind him, I'm on a Zoom call here. Okay. One last thing before I let Dave take over. Okay, prebiotics. How many of you took one a day the first month? Raise your hand. So your customers need to buy 2 boxes the first month. And the following months after that, they can take 1. Okay, so let's say you get a bout of diarrhea because you had food poisoning. Take 1 a day, okay? This is good bacteria. Good bacteria overpowers bad bacteria, we hope, okay? This is excellent. This tastes so good. I mean, I've had other probiotics in capsules or in powder. I had a doctor give me one a few years ago, and it tasted so bad. It tasted like yeast. It was horrible. And ours has so many benefits besides having transfer factor, trifactor in it. It has a time release pellets. It has a yummy flavor to it. It's kind of like I'm not sure what flavor it is. I know it doesn't say, but it does have a really good flavor. So anytime you get a product, read, as in everyone here, please read how to use it and educate your prospects and new affiliates on how to use their product after they receive it. Because if they're not taking the full dose and they have capsules left over or product left over after the first month, they're not properly taking their product. I know a lot of people say, can I overdose on transfer factor? No, you cannot overdose on transfer factor. As a matter of fact, when my kids were little, my last 2, Ryan and Brandon, they would grab a bottle and literally chew the capsules, 60 capsules or more. Well, actually, the trifactor, they love the trifactor. They like it better, even now, they like it better than the chewables. But there's no overdose on transfer factor. So if you're taking, many of our products contain transfer factor. So don't worry, it's basically safe. Another thing I just wanted to mention is that we all know that our essential oils are gone and our spa line is gone. And if very few people buy it, and basically I think Gabie and I did a segment on essential oils and how some of our oil ingredients came from so many places around the world. It was hard for the company to obtain those ingredients. And that's another reason why we don't have our essential oils, because it's hard to basically get the ingredients for them. And it was also, I'm sure the pricing for everything is going up. Everything here, at least here in the United States, inflation is really, really bad. Gas prices, I'm not sure in your part of the country, but gas here is outrageously expensive. Never in the history of my life has gas been over $6 a gallon. And that's what it is here. For the person that has a 9-to-5 job, I don't know how they do it, because they have to get to work. They have to go to work. Even if you take a taxi or Uber, those prices are just as expensive, if not more, if you do it every day. So basically everybody needs this opportunity. Everybody. If we could get someone like, let's say my neighbor, to make an extra $500 a month more, that would be great. Of course, you have to start out by signing your distributor application and going from there, talking to people. Now, I don't have to lecture you about that because you all know that, if you talk to an average of 3 people a day, whether it's through social media or one-on-one, you could probably sign up at least 3 people a month. So, I mean, I keep saying that on our calls, but I think every platinum has become a platinum because they've been doing that, being consistent about it. And if you cannot get people to sign up, then educate them. There's something, I mean, Claudia and I, when we talk, there's always something she tells me she's using that works for her, and I'm going to try the product out. And vice versa. I'll tell her something that's working for me, and then she'll try the product out. So, just among each other, if you have questions on something, I'm not sure if you're all part of the of Dave's messenger group. I think it's AIM or ours, which is Women Empowering Women. There's a hub of network there that can answer questions pertaining to our business. So you're welcome to join that. So I'm going to turn the time over to Dave. If I don't know, Claudia wants to, add to what I just discussed about basically return customers. If we basically educate our customers on how to use our products, it'll be more effective than just having them guess. So I don't know, Claudia, if you want to elaborate on that, or if you want to turn the time out over to Dave.
No, it's good. The only thing that I wanted to add that you mentioned in the other call was that and I think Dr. Gina has given us enough training on this, but you said that in the Spanish call, the supplements are not meant to be a miracle drug. They're not supposed to work in 1 month or in 1 day. And sometimes we sell them as this. They're not a snake oil. So when you are talking to your customers and your affiliates and your team, make sure that they know that it has to be done for at least 3 to 6 months. So that already retains the new affiliate for 3 months. They cannot expect that they can see success in what they're looking for 3 months. And the same thing happens for as a business. They need to see it as an investment in themselves, but most of the time we are getting these people because they either have something in their body that they want to make better, or they have something in their their wallet that they need to increase. So it's the same thing for product or for business. If they don't try it from 3 to 6 months, so you need to make sure they know that there is an investment that is under $200, and that the investment, just like any investment, is going to take at least 6 months. And if it's product, then they're not going to see a quick recovery. And we did the example because that's how we started this conversation. I had to take Tylenol, and I had to take, because the renewal was taking too long for something that I damaged 10 days ago, and I couldn't move. So sometimes renewal doesn't work with 1 or 2 days. And so I take my renewal, I take my musculoskeletal. Gabie was advising, and that's how we got to the topic. So it's the same thing. You got to make sure that you are clear about that this is not short-term for product or for business. This is, if you're going to invest, it's an investment. Investments take time. And when you're investing in a restaurant, it takes up to 5 years. So with For Life, you should create that commitment of you being involved, but also making it clear that this is going to be a partnership for at least a year. I always say that the investment is actually $1,400, so that they know that they're going to spend at least a year investing, but that the investment goes back into their body or family, or whatever they want to do with it. But if you make it clear, okay, we're going to create a business, this is going to be an investment of $1,400, this is what you need to commit to, and then let us work with you. And then you bring them to the meetings, and then you get Gabie and Dave and our great mentors to help you work these people that are interested in hearing more about this investment that you are creating for them. So that's basically it, Gabie. That was the only thing that I wanted to add that you told us in the Spanish meeting. And with that, I turn it over to our amazing leader and mentor, Dave. And now, Dave, you got the mic.
Thank you, Claudia. Sweetie, thank you. That was awesome. It's extremely important to follow up. And I learned from my mentor, this is back in the 80s. There's something he would always say to me: involvement creates commitment. I would hear that all the time. He would say, stay involved, David, stay involved, attend every meeting, attend every seminar, every rally, every Zoom. We didn't have Zooms back then, but I was at every hotel meeting, Tuesday night, Thursday night, and Saturday morning training. In between those, I was out doing my own presentations, talking to people, scouting for people, which I'm going to cover all of this a little bit. And I'm going to elaborate on what Gabie said and Claudia. It's kind of ironic because I had no idea what they were going to discuss. And both of them talked about something that I just want to add a few tips on, if you will. But before, I want to share something with you guys that I'm extremely excited about. I'm going to share my screen. This came in this morning. I shared it with Dr. Ogina already. So let me share this with you. And I do have a question as well, which Doc, maybe you can help me, or Janet or Jesse or someone, regarding the loyalty program in your market in Kenya. But let me share my screen and let me know if you guys can see this. Can you see that, Claudia?
Yeah, builder bonus, emerging market.
Starting May, guess what month we're in, you guys? We're in May. So effective right now, all of the emerging markets, including Kenya, will participate in the USA builder bonus permanent. In the past, you didn't know what your builder bonus check was going to be. You know, you go out and you keep 3 people enrolled in the loyalty program, thinking that you might get, $50, maybe you get 40, maybe you get 30. I don't know. Because the way it used to be was that the company separated corporate markets, which are all the countries where For Life has a corporate presence, a corporate license, let's say, okay? Those markets, it was fixed. If you enroll 3 people and you maintain them enrolled, there's the part we're talking about retention, keep them enrolled in the loyalty program. They've got to be in the loyalty program. And that's the question I have for Dr. Gina or Jesse or Janet, whoever wants to answer me. I believe it's in your market, it's just ordering by the 20th day of the month, getting your order in with a minimum of 100 life points. If you have 3 people that do that, in our market, you get $50, guaranteed, extra. So that way, always retain 3 people on loyalty every month. If you can duplicate that and teach them to get 3, as Gabie was saying, sponsor 3 people a month. And I'll share with you a little sponsoring story in a minute. But if you help them get 3, guess what you get? You get 200. That's level 2. And if those people help their people get 3, you get 800. So think about it. You got 3, they got 3, that's 9, and they got 3, that's 27. You add up 27 plus 9 plus 3, and you all have to be on loyalty. That means you get your 100 life points in by the 20th day of the month. You've got a team of 40 people, 40 in an entire country, no, entire world where For Life operates. All right. If they're on loyalty, you get an extra $800 a month. What could an extra $800 a month do for you? You see, and then you pay attention. Your people that are loyal, you're in touch with them still, as Gabie said. You're working with them, hopefully, or at least talking to them now and then, or at the least checking your report to make sure by going on the app, For Life app or forlife.com, and making sure your people are still on loyalty. All right. You don't want to get surprised one month and find out you missed out on $800 because one of the people that you enrolled didn't do their loyalty. Everybody else did, but the one you enrolled didn't. You just missed $800. So pay attention. All right. And Jeff Altgilbers is someone that we would talk in the beginning when we were starting the business. He's a report guy. He'd always say the proof is in the printout. The proof is in the printout. Back then we had to get printouts. You had to request it. Now, right here on your phone, download the For Life app and use it. Okay. So I'm excited about this builder bonus for everybody, including Kenya. Now I want to move to, actually, no, I do have a question. Doc or Jesse or Janet, someone, am I correct on the loyalty in Kenya? You have to have your order in 100 life points by January 20th. Is that correct?
I have them muted, so let me see, Dr. Ojina or Jesse, I'm gonna.
I just want to make sure we got that clear
keep
so
on mute.
everyone understands.
Yes, yes, Dave, you're correct.
Okay, so by the 20th day of the month, make sure you got your 100 life points done, okay? And that can be split up. It doesn't have to be 100 in one order. You can order, 10 life points and then 60 life points and whatever. But by the 20th, make sure your 100 is done and teach your people to do the same and get an extra up to $800. But $50, it's a piece of cake. It's 3 people. Come on. All right. Now, I want to move from that to talk about my recruiting story. I took you've all seen Odin. He's my boy. He's right here. Thinks he's a lap dog, but he's 70 pounds. What's that, 150 kilos? No, not 100. I'm sorry, half of 70, 35 kilos. My bad. So anyhow, I took Odin to Home Depot. Home Depot is a place where you go get just supplies for your home, anything from cleaning supplies, nuts and bolts and screws and wood and all kinds of stuff. And took him to Home Depot. Gabby needed some cleaning ammonia. And I was walking down the aisle with Odin. I take him, when we go places. And he recognized one of the ladies working there. His tail started wagging, which isn't real common that he meets someone that he remembers almost a year later. I mean, it's been a year. And she bent down and started petting him. And so I engaged in conversation. Hi, how are you doing? And I asked a question while she was petting Odin. I said to her, how often do you guys hire people here at Home Depot? Now, she thought I was asking for me. And she says, oh, are you looking for a job? And I said, no, it's for our youngest son, Ryan. I'm just curious. And I also knew that one of Ryan's friends' dads was a manager in the receiving department at Home Depot. And so, but when I said that, she asked me if I was looking for a job. And I said, no, I have a great business. I work from home. I have business all over the world internationally. And I told her some of the benefits, which is what we're going to talk about next in a minute. And she looked at me and says, are you hiring? And I says, here's the beauty. Over 2 million people have joined my business. I don't have any employees. I don't have to deal with that responsibility of employees. I don't have to deal with having to retain taxes. I don't know what you guys do in your countries, but here, when you pay an employee, you have to retain taxes and things like that. None of that. I said, I get all the benefits, but no responsibilities. And she thought that was incredible. So I said, it's a social business. You have to be social. She goes, I'm social. So now she's selling me on the fact that she would be good at this. So I'm going to be popping in there again to talk to her. Maybe Gabby will go with me and we'll just talk to her a little bit, give her a couple of samples, maybe a couple of go sticks. But there's a process to this business. It begins by engaging in conversation. There's so many opportunities, you guys, that we miss because we don't engage in conversation with someone. Now, I'm not saying you have to be crazy, fanatical, running down the street, hollering at people. No. But when the opportunity arises, and maybe just get in the recruiting spirit, get into that mode and say, today, I am going to go out and find someone. And go out and find someone. It's no big deal. And you'd be amazed people that you meet. All right. And not everyone is negative. Not everyone, looks at you like you're crazy. Believe it or not, there are people out there interested in making extra money. There are people out there interested in good health and using good products. So when you do talk to someone, try using this as a tip. You know what? I think you'd be really good at my business, what I do. Well, guess what they're going to ask you? What do you do? Now, when would you tell someone that? If you've engaged in a conversation with someone, wherever you are, at a school, at a store, at church, and they're a bit weedy, talky, that means they're social. social people do really good in networking. And you just tell them, you'd be really good at my business. Maybe you go to a store somewhere and you're buying a shoe, and the person selling you shoes is telling you how wonderful the shoes are. You tell them, you know what, you'd be really good at my business. They're going to ask you what it is. Don't try to explain it all, because you can't take an hour of their time. But you know what you can say? You know what? I know you're busy right now. I don't want to tell you all about it, but I'll just tell you this. Now, this is part of this training right now. Benefits. What are the benefits of this business? It's in health and wellness. Everyone looks for good health. You invest in yourself. Claudia was just talking about that. She said you invest in your business on an annual basis. Let's say it's $1,400 or $1,500 a year. You invest in your business. And when I say invest in your business, you're not paying rent. You're not paying for inventory. You're not paying employees. You're not paying to ship products. You're not paying to process payments. You're not paying for international licenses or even the license of the country you're in. None of those responsibilities. You're investing in yourself. You're using a product each month. So when you talk to someone, you tell them, you know what? You invest in yourself every month by investing in your own health. All right, investing in you, you can build a business by teaching other people to do the same. What a great concept. You see, there's a concept to this business. Going back to the days of Amway, it used to be called the American way. The concept was, rather than going to the stores and just buying all this stuff, buy it from one company and get people to do the same, and everybody participates in earning money. Well, that's what we're doing, but we have specialized products in health and wellness, anti-aging, weight loss, transformation of your body with the ProTF, the Presume, the Renuvo. So you've got all these in Kenya, you guys. You're not restricted at all. You got pretty much any product you want to get. So you've got a whole world out there, international. Don't just think Nairobi. Don't just think Kenya. Don't even just think Africa. Think globally. People know people know people. I guarantee there are African communities here in the US, in Europe, in the UK. You can do business anywhere. So when you talk to people, tell them benefits. What are the benefits of this business? Now, a couple more things, then we'll close. One of the things I think it's important to establish, and I think we'll all agree on this, when I do talk to someone and they're looking to make some extra money, I like to talk about financial independence, financial freedom. It's a wonderful thing to be financially free. Our family has been a bit spoiled, our kids, because Brandon just got back from Hawaii. I think it was Friday night he got back. Ryan just got back last night from going up to Los Angeles to Griffith Observatory with some friends. They're just used to living a lifestyle of traveling. Brandon was in Philadelphia for a couple of weeks, the week before that. Diana and Gabie were in Boston. So the point is this: financial independence is a good thing, but there's a fact of life. You will never achieve it working for someone else. Your manager or the owner or CEO of the company you work for, it's not their job to pay you to be financially independent. It's their job to get the most production out of you for the least amount of payment to you, so they can make money. You see, that's why my business card says on the back, let me teach you how to build your dream, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. Now, I heard another statement recently I thought was kind of cool. The CEO of the company that you work for doesn't pay you to be his next door neighbor or her next door neighbor, you see? So there are difference in classes. Anyone can learn to network. Anyone can learn to be social, all right? But you do need to be a bit tenacious. And I want to finish by talking about tenacity. Hopefully y'all know what tenacity or tenacious. Well, here's tenacious. I discovered last night, I'm a pretty tenacious guy. How did I discover this? Not just with networking. Gabie knows that back in 2000, in the early days, we would drive in from the valley. We lived a couple of hours away from San Diego in the desert, brutally hot. We're talking hot, you guys. You think Kenya might be hot? We're talking hot. All right. 130 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius. Cloudy, you might know. But anyhow, brutally hot. We would drive into San Diego to this place. It was a computer fair, like a show, where you go and buy parts. You go and buy parts to build. And I like to build computers. I hadn't built a computer in probably 15 plus years. I decided 2 years ago to build a computer, and it's a supercomputer. In fact, there's the screen. You can see it lighting up over there. That's the RAM, the memory, the RAM. So I spent $10,000 building it. So yeah, the labor to that, I do it for hobby. It's fun. It's a supercomputer, okay? Something happened to it last night, and it wouldn't start. I couldn't figure it out. And I kept pushing the button for 1 hour, you guys, 1 hour. I kept telling myself, maybe mentally I can get this thing to turn on. I'd unplug it, plug it in. I played everything I could think of, opening the side of it, closing it, like that's going to really do anything. And I thought maybe there's a code to the button. You know, hit it once, stop, hit it again, 3 times, 4, every code you can think of. And for an hour, now some people might think that's insanity. And I started to think so too. But I'm thinking in my mind, I need this computer to turn on because that's the computer Diana works on to help manage your guys' business. All right. That's where we keep all the financial data, you know, for the orders and everything that come in. Lenny's accessed that every day too. So I'm starting to think I'm crazy, but in my mind, I'm also thinking I can't afford the time loss to take this to someone and have them try to fix it, because they're going to tell me it can take 2 weeks, 3 weeks to fix it. All right. So I took my finger, I put on that button, and I leaned forward, and somehow the weight of my hand went down. The button is pressure sensitive. As I pressed it hard, it auto forced it. It forced it to auto start, and it started up. What's my point? You guys might all think this sounds kind of stupidly crazy. Here's my point. It's working now. It works great. My point is this. Sometimes you got to try different things to just figure it out. This business is the same way. You have to learn to change and adapt as you grow. I heard from a gentleman one time. He said to me, David, if you want to earn more, you have to become more. In other words, you grow with your income. And it's just that's just a fact of life. When you see people making 10, 20, 30, 40, $100,000, not a year, a month, that's a lot of money. But you're going to find out that they've grown with that. They're different now. Their skills are better. They've got great social skills. They can meet people and talk to them about business, and they feel confident and comfortable. You guys, this is something that you have to build. It isn't just given to you. All right. You have to work at it, but it's simple work. It's very simple. What does it mean? Like Gabie said, sponsor 3 people a month. Don't be afraid to go out there. Tell yourself, today's the day I'm going to find one person. And you be tenacious and you stick to it all throughout the day till you find that one person. It's that simple. Or maybe it's, I'm going to help somebody in my downline find one person. Call them up, you know, hey, Carlos, or hey, Tabitha, or Mercy, or William, or Jane, or Florence, or we got Jesse, Ruben, PT Wellness, whoever you are. You call a person up and say, you know what? Let's together go find someone. Let's go get a bite to eat. And then let's go just get social. Maybe it's the waiter. And Dr. Ogina is a master at that, by the way. Every time we'd sit down to eat, it'd take him 10 minutes to get to the table because he's saying hi to everybody. He doesn't even know who they are. So I learned from him. We learn from each other. But take someone in your downline and talk to them and say, let's go find someone today together. And guess what? Because I'm your sponsor, we find someone, you get them. Go fishing. Have fun. All right, you guys? This business needs to be fun. Sometimes we take it too seriously. In the end, you're out to build something for yourself, for your family, and for your people. So, Claudia, thank you. Sweetie, thank you. It's fun to be talking to all you guys again. and look forward to being on these calls. And we love you. Builder bonus, take advantage of it this month. Okay, you guys got it's 16, 4 days. Well, actually, I take that back. You're in Kenya, or those of you in Africa. You got 3 days. All right, 3 days to get people, get the loyalty orders in. At least get your 3 and get yours in. Make an extra $50 this month. Boom. All right. Love you guys. Claudia, I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, Dave. And can you all send a big applause or a heart to Dave so that we know, thank you, Carlos, that you're listening. Let's fill the room with hearts. I want to make sure that you're awake. It's only 9 p.m. in Kenya. Come on. There you go. So let's send them some love. Good, good, good. Let's wake up. I know you guys were very inspired. And it's very, there you go. We know who was awake and who was listening. Now, the good thing, there's some applauses in the chat too. Okay, perfect. Now that we need to make sure that we get those loyalty orders in, but we also need to make sure that we get people to Dr. Regina's Health Talk tomorrow. So don't forget, Health Talk tomorrow, same time, different code, go to the calendar. And Mentor Mondays, always here. Now we have not only Gabby, but we also have Dave. So you have Kenya. I know you have your face-to-face. Everybody else that doesn't have face-to-face, you know, Ghana or the other country, you know, Carlos in Miami and Juan Carlos, always here. Mentor Mondays in English. Now, Dave and Gabby are also starting, but we're working on it on Thursday trainings. So keep an eye on the calendar because we're going to start soon Thursday trainings, and invite your people. Make sure that, like Dave says, do not miss them. Always be here, but always be here with passion and at least 1 team member, hopefully 3, so that we continue to grow and retain this team. Thank you, Evelyn. She's like, love Africa. Very good. Okay, send your goodbyes to Dave. We're closing in. I'm going to take off your mics so that everybody can say goodbye to Dave. There we go. Okay, you can take off your mics. Bansi, thank you for co-hosting. You're a darling as always. Thank you so much. Okay, everybody, you can speak now. You can talk. You can take your mics off.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Dave, and thank you, Gabby.
Builder bonus, Charles. Get that builder bonus.
Very good. He was 100,000 a month. Very good. All right. Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye. I like to get them to talk at least at the end. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm closing now. Thank you, Gabby.
Bye.
Thank you.